silence. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Thank you. I would entertain a motion to approve the agenda.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor? All opposed, same sign. We entertain a motion to approve the minutes of September 20, 2022, the regular board meeting, and a second. We have a motion and a second. All those in favor? All opposed? Thank you. We'll entertain a motion to approve the minutes of October 5, 2022, special board meeting.
Second.
We have a motion and a second. All those in favor? All opposed, same sign. Communications, our Heartland Hero and featured teacher will be presented by Mr. Michael Holloway.
First of all, I want to apologize that Jamie cannot be here, Dr. Lamont cannot be here, but these are her words, so I'm reading it in her words, and it'd be the same as coming from her. So, for the Heartland Hero, we all see people in our community who have gone above and beyond. A community member or parent who promotes positive in school culture and climate. They are often unsung heroes who lead quietly from behind. Many times, community or Heartland heroes go unnoticed and unrecognized. The Heartland Hero recognition is an intentional and purposeful avenue for recognizing community members to highlight their unique contributions to the district or campus. The Heartland Hero Award was created by our district about 20 years ago. Heartland Heroes are inspiring individuals, organizations, or businesses who, through their selflessness, strength, and self-sacrifice, have been agents of change, positively benefiting others and the Farmington R7 school district, and our focus of academics, safety, community connectedness, and future focused. It is really anyone in our area who has stepped up and gone above and beyond in support of a specific campus. Our Heartland Hero for October is actually here this evening under the pretense that he's presenting on one of many things he's involved on our campus. Our Heartland Hero serves on our Career Pathway Committee. It's a member of the Ministerial Alliance who pretty much single-handedly plans baccalaureate for our seniors and is also one of the pioneers behind our first annual Night to Shine event. Night to Shine is an event that rolls out the red carpet and makes every guest feel as if they are the belle of the ball or the prince of our dreams. Our special guests have the opportunity to get their hair done, makeup done, their shoes shine, have their name announced, and proudly walk down the red carpet, enjoy an amazing meal with their buddy, ride in a limousine throughout downtown Farmington, and dance the night away. They are very excited to host this magical night again in February. In case you have not guessed it by now, our Heartland Hero is Rocky Good. Rocky puts into action so many things that embody what our district stands for. And he is also the heart behind of so much of what we do. He spends many hours writing thank you letters and inspirational notes to staff, and often his correspondence have been known to be the exact thing a struggling staff member may have needed. Words cannot express how much Mr. Good does for the heart and soul of FHS. Please join me in congratulating Mr. Rocky Good. Thank you very much. Appreciate it.
What was that? We'll have you another time to give a presentation.
Yeah.
Thank you.
All right, I have one more to do. It's convenient that Dr. Lamont is out tonight. This is rather long, and I'm sure it would be less if she was here, so I apologize for this. Our Teacher of the Year is Miss Diana Mays Nielsen. There's so much to say about this brilliant, amazing, vibrant soul. Diana has been at FHS since 2008. She has this amazing energy that permeates into the culture of our building. She has had to take some time off last year, and FHS just became duller, stiller place and was missing that much needed little buzz of Diana. I could say a million wonderful things about Diana. She's a teacher that is literally the only person who teaches what she teaches, yet she refuses to isolate herself and works to make sure she still collaborates and builds relationships with all students and staff in the building. But I want to spend the time I have talking about Diana. I don't want to talk about it. I'm going to let the students and coworkers let you know what they have to say about her. One coworker said, I have stayed in touch with several students after graduation who came to the high school fully timid, but are now embracing vibrant lives. So many of them credit Mays Nielsen for breaking them out of their shells. She's a motivator and a confidant. Her students love her. She puts her students at ease and challenges them to step out of their comfort zones. One student remarked, Mays Nielsen directly impacted the direction of my life was going for the better. She's an incredible instructor who inspires her students by living every day with compassion, empathy, adaptivity. She's not helping me with words here, I apologize. Patience, and I wouldn't be where I am today without her guidance and wisdom. She definitely deserves Teacher of the Year. Another student remarked, Mays Nielsen has been one of the greatest impacts in my life. She showed me the most genuine compassion during some of the darkest moments of my life. She cares so deeply for her students, and it shows. Mays Nielsen has been and always will be one of my biggest inspirations. It is such a joy to see her take on the things she is passionate about, like teaching and theater. She has not only helped me succeed academically, but helped me succeed all around. She has taught me valuable life lessons that I continue to carry on with me today. One of the best things about Mays Nielsen is the fact that she believes in every one of her students. She believed in me when I didn't believe in myself, and I've seen her do the same for so many students. The way I hear past and current students talk about her impact their lives is so heartwarming. I can say honestly, I would not be who I am without her in my life, and I believe she is so incredibly deserving of Teacher of the Year. One last student commented, Miss Mays Nielsen provided me with a safe place, a creative outlet, and a shoulder to cry on. No matter the time of day, she's fierce, compassionate, hardworking, and patient. I can definitely say that I would not be the person I am today without her. I cannot think of anyone more deserving to be Teacher of the Year. You may have noticed a common theme in what people have to say about Diana. When you know Diana, she changes you. She gives you the power to become a better person, a better version of yourself. What more could we ask of a Teacher of the Year? This gift is what also made our district choose her as not only the FHS Teacher of the Year, but also the District Teacher of the Year. Congratulations, Diana, and thank you for making Farmington R7 a better place.
In your packet, you'll find information regarding the monthly financial report and the monthly discipline report. This time, we invite Ms. Amanda Sullivan to the stage to report on MSIP 6.
been anxiously awaiting this the entire day, so thank you for having me. Really, I have good news for you, so I am excited to share it with you. All right. You have a presentation he's displaying for you, so you're welcome to look at your screen or in front of you. The 6th version of the Missouri School Improvement Program, which is our MSIP 6, is the state's accountability system for reviewing and accrediting local education agencies. Sorry. This outlines the expectations for school practices and student outcomes with the goal of each student graduating ready for success, college, and career in life. MSIP 6 is intended to distinguish the performance of Farmington School District in valid, accurate, and meaningful ways so that we can continue to improve and identify areas of excellence. Sorry. No, I'm good, just have a tickle. All right, the MSIP 6, let me find my place. I apologize, I'm gonna start over. MSIP 6 is intended to distinguish the performance of Farmington School District in valid and accurate, meaningful ways so the FSD can continue to improve and identify areas of excellence. To this end, DESE will produce an annual performance rate. Indicators evaluated on the MSIP 6 APR are divided into 2 sections: performance matrix, which measures student outcomes, and continuous improvement metrics, which assesses the quality of the work of the Farmington School District towards improving the opportunities provided to all students. The performance section, which is what I have the luxury to present to you today, is scored based on the following matrix: academic achievement status, academic growth, success-ready students, graduation rate, and graduation follow-up. The continuous improvement portion, which is what Dr. Kraus will review with the board within the next couple of months of the APR, is based on the review of the following forms submitted by the Farmington School District: our CSIP, which is our continuous improvement plan, our climate and culture survey, response to standards, required documentation, and then components of the standards of TL1 success-ready students. All right, so slide 3 on the agenda, perfect. The results from this year's assessments will be used to understand the current conditions of student learning by showing where students are academically in relation to the Missouri Learning Standards. At the state level, DESE will use this data to identify the effects of various modes of instruction, and the results will inform ongoing work and support schools and improve educational outcomes for all students. What I believe you will find to be the most interesting in the academic performance of Farmington students, which we will reference this slide again, is the R7 data. We worked extremely hard to focus on student well-being and academic success. The district's advanced and proficient performance levels are reported by subject in comparison to the state average. So if you look at this screen, at a quick glance, you will see that we are anywhere from 3 to 6 or 10% above the state average, which is a big deal. Then on slides 5, 6, and 7, these slides will provide a breakdown by grade level compared to the state average, noting that in most all cases reported, Farmington is above the state average. In fact, something to celebrate, we're anywhere from 5 to 17% above state. So we are doing really, really good things in our district. So again, something to celebrate. Slides 8 and 9, those following slides reference our follow-up data. You will find these 2 slides particularly interesting as you think about our future planning at the Farmington High School and the opportunities that our students will have with certification and licensing opportunities. The first slide about graduation follow-up outlines the population of our career-bound versus college-bound students. Again, at a quick glance, you will notice about approximately half of our population is college-bound and approximately half is career-bound. And then the following slide, slide 9, this references the fields in which it's broken up into. And again, with our future planning, you can see the importance of that. Finally, Farmington plans to use this district data from the 21-22 school year to illuminate areas of need, focus on learning acceleration for students, create profiles of students' performance in combination with our local assessment program, and provide appropriate evidence-based educator training. Thank you for allowing me to share with you this information. And again, Dr. Krause will be informing you and updating you with the second piece of our APR piece. So MSIP 6 changed, and with that, she will update you on our four focus areas. Thank you.
Thank you, Amanda. This time we'll have Mr. John Krause come up and go over our safety program and emergency response and intervention plan program.
Okay, when dealing with emergency management, there are primarily 5 areas that we look at, and it's prevention, mitigation, preparedness, response, and recovery. Tonight, I'm just going to hit on a couple of those different areas and what we've done in the district so far this year. If you look at training for response, so preparedness as well as the ability to respond when we have an emergency. In regards to teachers, some of the training that we've done this year, we've had our yearly emergency operations overview for classroom response, our Stop the Bleed. Once again, we have all staff across the district pretty much are certified in Stop the Bleed. They, of course, last year we bought the go bags that have the Stop the Bleed kits in it, so every classroom is prepared for and trained in that program. We did our active shooter response. So all of that was before school started. And then we had another hour training for each of the buildings to go through Crisis Go, because we're finally to the point where that is up and running, and we're utilizing that pretty much to the extent that we can. In terms of emergency response teams, so, you know, we talk about the 4 phases of emergency operation, which is identifying a threat, responding to the threat, managing the emergency, and recovery. It's great to have those things in place, but if we don't train the teams and where we're actually able to do the jobs that they require, then they're, you know, it doesn't do us much good. So we're back because of COVID. We took a couple years off with getting those trainings in, but we have already trained the staff that's involved with incident command. We had that training last week. We've trained our medical teams, and we've trained our search and rescue teams for the year. In addition, you know, at the building level, we continue to do our mandated drills. With Crisis Go, I said that we trained at that at the beginning of the year, but just kind of an update with that. We continue to practice the features in there for alerting and ongoing communication during an emergency. We were able to kind of put into play the power of the alerting tool when we did our training this summer. If you've ever seen the animation for Parkland when that shooting happened, the first floor is primarily, now that's where the shooting started. Primarily on the 3rd floor is where most of the students were killed. At 1 minute and 2 seconds into that event, the fire alarm went off. They didn't have an app like Crisis Go, so the people on the 3rd floor were evacuating those classrooms, and that's where the shooter found them. And so we were able to draw in the power of that tool. If somebody on that 1st floor would have had an app and could have been able to push that alert out, those people wouldn't have been in the classroom, or, you know, out of the classroom on that 3rd floor, and it would have saved a lot of lives. So the power of that tool is in ongoing communication is just incredible. One thing that we have found with that, and I think it's important to update, we thought we were going to have the ability to account for students. So after an emergency, the first thing that we're going to do is situational awareness. Are we missing students? Who's injured, et cetera? We thought we were going to have the ability to do that, but it is a completely different structure when you start doing it online, and we have found that it's just not efficient. So we're going to continue to focus on using paper, pencil, to account for students, and we have the ability to roster maybe in an immediate situation if we want that comfort level of knowing that kids are locked down and where they're supposed to be potentially. Preventive tools. So you know, a couple years back we started with the anonymous tip line. I know that was big, especially for Ms. Hahn. She was talking to me about that for a while. We finally got that going and online last year. So far to date this year, we've had 31 tips on for drugs or alcohol on campus. We've had 5 general safety tips. We've had 4 abuse or neglect tips, 3 suicide concerns, and I believe, I didn't write it down, I don't know why, but I believe we've had 4 tips for bullying. And oftentimes when we get in and check those things out, it's maybe not what it originally is put in as. But again, it's another tool, a great powerful tool for preventative measures to get in and start investigating things and alleviating problems for students. And the other thing with preventative tools that sometimes comes off as punitive in nature and kind of gets a bad rep is our risk assessment. So far to date, this year we have gone deeper into our risk assessment, interviewed and talked with 22 different sets of students and parents. Oftentimes, just so you guys are aware, because I know sometimes it gets a bad name, that was originally put in place in order to identify a student that was on a path of violence, and it's recommended across the nation. And what we have found is that very rarely are we probably going to find a student that's on a path to violence. More times than not, what we're finding are individuals who are developmentally at a delay. They don't know that their conflict resolution skills aren't where they're supposed to be. There's dysregulation. There's something going on in that child's life that we need to dig in and go a little deeper than what we're doing in the school setting, and get with parents and try and figure that out so that we can put in interventions early so that child is more successful and happier, and we don't end up with a student further down the road that's on a path to violence. So that's kind of where we're at this year, the training that we've got in place so far. We have a few more emergency response team trainings that we'll be doing that are coming up, but it's a good start to the year. So if you guys have any questions, I'd be happy to answer. Other than that, I'm good. All right.
Thank you very much for the updates.
Thank you.
This time I would entertain a motion and a second to approve the consensual agenda. All those in favor? All those opposed, same sign. This time I would entertain a motion to adjourn to closed session. Yes. Thanks, everybody. Have a great evening.